Good afternoon. How are you?
Very good afternoon. Yeah, I'm also fine. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm fine. So, what do you do? Let us introduce ourselves because we are meeting for the first time. Would you like
Yes,
to
yes,
introduce yourself?
yes, definitely. Why not? Actually, I am Santanu. I am Santanu Das. I am from West Bengal, and right now also I am working person. I work in a hospital as a attendant. Apart from also, I am running my one YouTube channel, which name is Learning English with SD. I mean Santanu Das. And if I talk about my education qualification, I have completed my graduation mathematics subjects. And right now also, uh, I always like playing cricket or football. That's all about me. And please introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. So, my name is Swati Goyal. I am from MP. I am a teacher. I have been teaching since the last 5 years, and I teach maths and English. If I talk about my hobbies, so my hobbies are teaching and writing poems and talking with people. So that's all about me. I have a YouTube channel also. I recently created. It has been only 2 months. So it is Easy Learning with Swati. There I upload conversational videos. So that's all about me.
Yes, it's great. Some dates introductions also. And ma'am, also you are a teacher, yeah?
Yes,
Yes. You are a teacher in English or mathematics.
both subject I teach, English and mathematics. Mathematics.
Yes, sir. But you are a teacher, but in which school? In primary school or high school?
Yeah, I teach up to 8th class students, so it is a middle
Eighth class.
level. Yeah.
Yes. And how many teachers do you have in your school?
Teachers or students, what are you talking about?
Yes, I am asking you teachers.
Colleague teachers. There are
Yes.
about near about 15-20 teachers are there in both the classes, both the shifts.
Oh, yeah. What do you do in your spare time?
Yeah, nowadays I don't get much spare time because I talk with people nowadays, like to making conversational videos, and then I upload them on YouTube also. So I don't get much spare time, but whenever I get spare time, I love talking with people. So I try to connect. Like if I am with my family, so I always keep talking and sharing my each and everything with my mother. So I love that, and with my friends, and I love to share my thoughts. I'm not very introvert, not very extrovert kind of person, but I don't have much thing like in my mind. I don't like to keep things in my mind, so I just share everything. And yeah, and I love to talk with people, so that's why I talk with them.
Yes, nice. Also, okay. And you are also speaking very well. But how long have you been learning English?
It like I was not continuously learning, so yeah, I continuously I'm learning from 2 months, but before 2 years I have started also, but I stopped myself. But um, from 2 months I am continuously learning on this journey. If I talk about how long I am learning English, so I can say that in my academics it was from my childhood, like from my first class, uh, but as is spoken, I'm learning it from 2 months regularly, and 2 years back also I have started like talking to on different apps on audio calls.
Yes. You are also you have been speaking English only for 2 months, but you are speaking very well. But how did you improve your English skills? What is the way for speaking English?
I think I think first my grammar is good. That's why it is helping me to improve my English because I can identify my mistakes very well. I'm not learning English from 2 months. I would say this because I have most of the things which I know in my mind, but I don't know how to deliver that thing. So from 2 months, I am speaking. I am not learning. I am speaking, and speaking is the main part to speak. Because if you want to speak English, so you need to speak. If you really want to learn English spoken, that how to speak in English, So you need to speak, whether you are speaking good or bad, right or wrong, it doesn't matter, but at least try to speak. So I would
Yes,
say those people who are listening us that don't think about others, because people always think in their mind that if they speak wrong English, then what will would other will think about them. So they never
yes,
gonna think anyone. They they know if they know English, then they also have faced the same situation which you are facing right now as a basic level. So I would say that they will not think if they know English, because they have faced the same situation. And if they don't English, so they never judge you, right? Because they don't know if you are speaking wrong or right, so they not judge you. And if they
yes,
know English, then they can understand you. So why are you being fearful? So there is no reason for being fearful. Fear is only in our mind.
yes,
That
yes.
it is only in
And
our mind that what will people think, but they never gonna think anything. So
ma'am, what?
I start. Mm.
Yes,
I also
ma'am.
used to think like this in my mind, that I am speaking wrong English, so what will other people think? But when I come to on different platforms, and there I met with co-learners who are just like me, who are also willing to speak in English, but they can't. So they at least try, and they have given me some positive review that your English is good. So I think that I feel confidence also. When you get some reviews, you feel some confidence also. And I met there are so many people who are very advanced level also, and they are improving their English. So I also think that I should also improve my English. I can also improve.
Yes, yes. And ma'am, also you are speaking very well. But what do you think? English grammar is important for speaking English. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that English grammar is important for us as Indian, because English is not our native language. People think that you can learn English by listening only, listening and speaking. These two things, by these two things you can learn English. Yeah, I am agree. You can learn English these two things if you are if you are listening only English and speaking only English. Then you can learn this. But it is not your atmosphere that you are listening only English and speaking only English. You are listening in your native language, and then you are speaking in your native language, and then you are thinking in your native language. So if you are listening, thinking, speaking in your native language, then English will not come on your tongue automatically, because then when there is no English in your brain, then how can you deliver English, right? So yeah, definitely it is important to learn grammar. Maybe it is not that important to learn prepositions, conjunctions, like this, but sentence structure, how to frame a sentence, it is very important. Because if you don't know that if I am speaking something, and if I am speaking wrong, if you don't know but you are listening me, so you can learn wrong English from me. But if you are able to identify that, yeah, ma'am is speaking English, but she is speaking in this point wrong. So you can
Yes,
identify me, as well as you can correct yourself. If you eh, like, if I give my example, and sometimes it happens that sometimes I speak wrong sentences in flow. But after listening myself, my recordings, I realized that, yeah, at this point I have to speak this sentence, but it should be this. So it will
yes,
come only on when you know the grammar. When you
yes,
know he goes, he go. If you speak he go, if you don't know that he go is correct or he goes is correct. If you don't know, then
yes,
how can you identify?
yes,
So
yes, yes.
yes.
I also
And
I agree with you 100%. Also, English grammar is important for learning for speaking English. Also, I observed that also. And I when I was studying in my school life, that time also I could not write one sentence in English properly because I did not know grammatical rules. But right now also, after completing the all grammatical rules, right now also I am being able to speak English a little bit. And ma'am, also you are
people
busy
say
person. Yeah.
People says that they have learned English without grammar, so I would say that is not true, because somehow
Yes.
they have learned English in their academics in their school.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's why they know at least some grammar rule. And after that, they have listened English and speak, and then they have focused on sentence. Maybe they have not learned grammar by particular grammar method, but they have learned grammar by sentence structure.
Yes, yes,
He have listened the same sentence 4 or 5 times, then he come to know the he come to the conclusion that oh, he goes, it is the right, okay, I will speak from today he goes. So by the examples he have learned.
yes, yes, definitely. And ma'am, you are speaking very well. You are also practicing for a long time. But how much time do you practice in a day?
Yeah, if I would say that how much time I am speaking English, so I speak generally like 2 3 sessions in a day, not regularly 2 3, sometimes one session, sometimes two sessions. So it's about half an hour or 1 hour only in a day. But it is not only speaking. Like I also practice in my mind. Like if I am seeing anything in my, like thinking anything in my mind, so usually think in my mind, yeah, this could be this in English. So generally my mind also start working like it, like it always think in English. I generally think in English, and even I don't realize that I am thinking. Sometimes when I focus that yes, now is at this point I am thinking in English. So it is very important to think in English, and anyone can come on this level that he can think in English by actually thinking. I always suggest my students to frame all the nearby sentence in English. Like
Yes, yes,
if you are sitting, try to think in English. If you are not able to think in English, you can say this is fan, this is road, like small sentences. And when you
yes.
come to know small sentences, then you can later on forward on the some difficult sentences.
Yes, yes, definitely. Thinking English is the most important for speaking English. I also follow this type also process. And wherever I go and whatever I see, always I have to think in English. Yeah. And right now also I am on this place also. You can see the scenery is so beautiful behind me. In this way also, right, always I practice in thinking English. Yeah.
Yes. So,
And
can you tell about yourself that how did you find this English is useful for you? Why do you want to learn English?
yeah, yeah. Actually, English is an international language as well as the communication language to communicate each other, to communicate other country or people. English is necessary. English is needful language also. Right now, also you are from MP, and that's why also you have a own native language. I am from West Bengal. I have another native language. Yeah. Right now, also after learning English, also right now also we are talking each other. That's why also English is a connecting language. And the other hand, also English is a professional language. Whenever you go to the interview for taking a good job in a multinational company, first of all the interviewer asks the question in English. That's why also English is very necessary and needful language right now. And in our country also everyone should learn English in my point of view also. And but I am learning English because there is another reason. When I was starting in my school life, when I was starting in class 8 standard or 10 standard, that time my English was not good. And that time also I could not write one sentence in English properly. And right now also I am working person. In this time also, whenever I get free time, I always try to learn English. In this time also I can write properly, I cannot speak properly. That's why also I am practicing right now. Yeah. And right now also after practicing right now also I am being able to speak English a little bit. There is no problem.
Okay, so one more thing I want to include to improve your what is it, fluency. In English, fluency is very important because it can make your English effective. So
Yes,
I have watched one video. In that video, they were saying that pace. Your pace. It means that uh, how you are speaking. Like you are speaking very fastly or very slowly. It is very important.
yeah, yeah,
So if you are speaking very fastly, it is also not very effective. So you should like focus on pace also. That
yes, yes,
how much pace should you have? You should have in your speaking. If you are taking a good posture, like intonations, everything, so your English can be more effective. And
yes, yes,
then you can have the time of thinking also. When you
yes, yes,
speak, if you are speaking slowly, then you can speak in flow, and you can get the time of thinking. So there will not then you will not face the problem of stucking, because sometimes when we speak so fastly, then at some point we stuck. But if
Yes,
we
yes.
are speaking very slowly, so we can make our thoughts understanding to everyone, and we can share ourselves like effective way. So
Yes,
I
yes.
think
I
this is
also
very important.
before also I always spoke very fast, but I after that also I have changed the way. And right now also I always speak very slow. Yeah, not very fast.
Yes, but
But
it is
I observe that
also yeah, it is
when
also
I
important to
yes
follow the as person, like a speaker, who you like, the way you like if you like any person in speaking English, speaking person who is good in English, but you like his or her way of communication, so you can follow their behavior also in your speaking.
yes yes yes.
Yes. And what other things do you do to improve your English except this communication only?
Yeah, whenever I get free time, I always watch the YouTube video in English also. And that time also, when I watch the YouTube video, that time also I can understand properly. There is no problem in understanding. But when I start speaking, that time also I get stuck. Yeah, I feel
So,
nervous.
so
And right now also, I am I am speaking with you in front of camera. But when I speak in front of the people, that time also I get stuck. I feel nervous. Yeah, and I have been facing this problem for a long time.
okay. So I was asking that who is your idol for speaking English? Like who you follow in on YouTube?
Yeah, yeah. I also follow many kind of video from YouTube and Dr. Sandeep Patil. Yeah, and also Alina Rice. Do you know Alina Rice?
Yes, I know. I love the way she talks,
Yeah, yeah.
because we
And
can connect easily with her, because she speaks so softly, and I followed her when she started her YouTube journey. I followed at that time, and I watched her first, second videos, and in those videos she was not very active, like for English. She have made her first videos like a blog, and she was
yes,
went
yes,
for somewhere to visit, and then she switched this journey to as an English speaker, and I love to listen her.
yes, yes. Another also I follow also AJ Hawk, AJ Hawk, and Tiffany, who is belong to West Indies. Yeah, this type also video I always watch. Yeah.
Okay, that's very nice. So do you also learn grammar also from some channel or
Yes, yes,
somewhere else?
yes, yes. I have first of all I have cleared the all grammatical rules. Yeah, and after completing the grammatical rules also, right now also I am being able to
So
speak English a little bit.
what do you think? Why are you unable to speak in front of people, but you can speak in front of camera? Why is it so? Because I am also in front of you, and you are speaking with me very well. So why it is not possible the same as in front of people?
Yeah, yeah. I always care of the speaking in front of the people because if I make some mistakes, yeah, and they always laugh, and that's why also I always fear and I always feel very nervous. Yeah, while speaking in front of people.
Because you know what happens, I would tell you that we have in our mind that we should be perfect. If we are speaking this language, we should be perfect. If we accept ourselves that we are not perfect, if we accept this thing that we are going to make mistake, it is very natural to make mistake. If we accept this thing, and if somebody is laughing, then we can point to him out that why are you laughing? What's so funny in it? If I
Yes,
am not, if I am learning anything, if I don't know, then I would definitely make mistakes. So what's so funny in it?
yes, yes,
Yes. So I would say that um, Maybe you would afraid in front of your seniors because there you can't say that you are practicing.
Yes.
You just try to speak in English. So they are very good in English. So that's why you have this fear that they can catch your mistakes.
Yes, yes. And ma'am, what is your YouTube channel name? What is the name of your YouTube channel?
Yeah, it is easy learning with Swati.
Yes, yes. Ma'am, actually you are speaking very well, but I did not want to know longer the video because I have started I have recently started YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
Yes, yes. All right. Nice to meet you. Take care. Have a good day.
Nice to meet you. Good day. Bye
Yes.
bye.